What's the deal with nuclear energy? This is a nuclear power plant, and that up there, that's steam. Just steam. That's the only thing nuclear reactors emit into the air when they make energy, and they can produce at least double the energy of coal-powered plants. But when most people think about anything nuclear related, they almost immediately jump to this, and they're not all wrong. Nuclear power does have serious safety concerns. Throughout history, accidents at nuclear power plants like Fukushima and Chernobyl have led to at least 100 deaths and tens of thousands of cancer cases as a result of radiation exposure. And yet, one study found that 8.7 million deaths could be attributed to fossil fuels in 2018 alone. So why then are we unwilling to even think about nuclear energy? First, a quick history lesson. Nuclear energy came about in the 1960s as energy prices were rising and people were looking for cheaper alternatives. In the 1960s, around 75% of Americans were in favor of some form of nuclear power, but that number dropped to 30% by 1983. And that was largely because of this, and more recently, this. Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, and Fukushima effectively ruined many people's opinions on nuclear energy, showing its dangerous potential and what could go wrong. While these disasters happened for a variety of reasons, from human error to natural disasters, they all had devastating consequences. In the most extreme case, a reactor meltdown and explosion at Chernobyl has left an 18-mile radius around the plant uninhabitable for an estimated 20,000 years. So why then do some people think nuclear energy is a viable option? Well, because the amount of energy it can produce is substantial. In 2019, the International Atomic Energy Agency reported that there were 450 nuclear power plants globally, with a net capacity of 398.9 gigawatts of energy. That's enough to power 349,436,400 American households. Nuclear power plants do this, producing almost no emissions, but they also aren't fully carbon neutral. To generate power, nuclear plants use uranium. The process of mining, milling, and enriching required uranium for nuclear fuel emits tons of CO2 annually. For global mining operations alone, that number is between 1.9 and 5.1 billion tons. And also, perhaps more importantly, there's the matter of nuclear waste. As of 2023, the United States had 88,000 metric tons of used nuclear fuel from commercial reactors with no storage or disposal plant. Currently, that waste is stored at 77 sites across 35 states. And as of 2017, 1 in 3 Americans lived within 50 miles of nuclear waste. The radiation exposure from this waste can cause a variety of health issues if not properly stored or disposed of. So considering how dangerous this waste can be, the issue of how we store it is paramount when we talk about expanding nuclear energy production. It's not unreasonable to assume that with more research and real investment, there could be significant leaps in addressing nuclear safety concerns. Countries like France, which already rely on nuclear energy for 68% of its energy needs, have viable models that could be used here at home.